Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth before this committee and to respond honestly to council member questions?
Lately, I've been watching tons of New York City Council live streams.
And we have the winner of the custard section.
I didn't even know about this, but I support it. I've just been watching. Give it up for yourselves. You guys are awesome.
And then we had a tie for the winners of the cannoli section, Tutto Calcio from Whitestone.
I've been finding it really interesting to find out what the city is deliberating on, what they're funding, what they're cutting, and what people are coming to argue for and against. They've been happening every single day of the week, and I've been tuning in as I've been working on other things. Anytime I'm at home, at least, my schedule's a little unpredictable. So I thought, why don't I just show it on my channel and people can join in and talk about it with me and see what's going on. Well, anyway, so I started doing this the other day and I clipped out something, one moment in particular that I thought was really interesting.
Honestly, did you
like,
actually
so
just
many
say on the
people were
record
interested in
that
it.
during your tenure, no family has slept in the streets of New York City?
Correct.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, yes.
Have you been out in New York City? Have you been in the subways? That is categorically untrue. It blows my mind that you would actually even say that, and really hits to the heart of the credibility of our city and our public service workers who are definitely trying their hardest in a difficult situation. But those kind of statements are so offensive and obscene. It's almost like you don't live here.
I live here.
I would suggest you not respond, because that comment is so absurd and everyone in the room knows it. Now, let's get to, let's start with Moya.
That was last week. That was at the end of last week. Let's see some other moments from last week.
With a friendly reminder that you're under the oath, Commissioner and others on this panel, has the mayor or any other senior officials in City Hall instructed you not to criticize President Trump or his policies?
We follow the guidance and instructions from our communications team with respect to media interviews and our public statements. You know, these are protocols that we have to follow and that are...
I don't think that answers my question.
That's a yes.
At all. Are you instructed not to criticize President Trump?
We have not been asked...
It's a yes or no.
You know, we continue to follow the instruction of our communications deputy mayor and the teams that are providing us with what we can and cannot share publicly.
That's very disappointing.
This is what we're talking about here.
Could you
Look at this.
share if
Zero. They got bottomed out. Moya's support legal hotline got
City
decimated.
Hall has put out a number of statements.
Friday, the next day, it was time to talk to the NYPD.
Despite the fact that during the Adams administration, we've seen more people under supervision at DOP, despite that increased workload, we've seen a 30% reduction in the uniform headcount. And today in the Daily News, there are questions about the Department of Investigation investigating your actions and issues of nepotism. So I'm going to start directly with that question. In reference to Dr. Salib, Dr. Polano, Angelina Puerto, Angel and Michael Puerto, I just want to ask explicitly, directly, on the record, are these people who you had a prior relationship with?
There is no nepotism. There is no nepotism. Dr. Salib is a vendor that was hired under my former chief of staff, Shamik Walton. He was put in place for one-time support for Father's Day, 60 vouchers for our men that normally don't go to the doctor. Okay. In 2023, we did a Father's Day event, and he was hired to do that because he has numerous urgent cares throughout the city in the neighborhoods where we need them. We never used all of the vouchers, so they are currently being used for our boxing team in the Bronx.
I just have a simple yes or no question. Of the 5 people that I mentioned that were referenced in the Daily News today that the Department of Investigation is apparently investigating.
The Department of Investigations, first of all, is not investigating. The only thing the Department of Investigations looked into was the doctor from Shamik Walton. He was qualified and approved by the city to be hired as a one-time vendor for 60 vouchers, $20,000 paid, never revisited again.
For the other 4 individuals who were mentioned in the...
I do not and did not, and one is sitting at this table, know the doctor. This is the former doctor here.
What is
And you have
happening?
no
Who's
prior
doing a fine
relationship?
job.
Commissioner has
Absolutely
already
not.
stated that
I
hiring
already
is not being done by nepotism. You asked whether hiring is being done by nepotism. Hiring is not being done.
Oh,
Asked if there was a prior relationship with the
And
other
I just
individual.
informed
She
you that it
answered.
wasn't.
She
I'm looking
answered.
for answers to
First off,
questions.
it's,
She has
excuse me,
answered.
as chair of the hearing, I'm going to recenter us here.
Jesus Christ.
Councilmember Restler has asked for a yes or no. Please give a yes or no on each of the individuals, and then we can move on. And
Yes or no? I can go by one. Would you prefer? I'll do that.
Dr. Salib,
You explained.
I just
The
explained.
gentleman to your right.
Dr. Polano, no.
Angelina Puerto.
Angelina Porto, I know from school.
No familiar relationship with
No familiar relationship with Michael or the other individual.
with Angel. There's no
No familiar, nope.
with any of the three people. There's no familiar
No,
relationship.
I just stated that.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we got it on the record.
And I didn't hire them.
okay, thank you.
We will
Let's
we will
move
let
on to the
DOI
next
take it from
question.
here. So
I don't know why she's mad at Lincoln. This is in the Daily News. Okay, March 10th, Monday, 1 a.m. I had a seizure. I broke my nose. I did not watch any streams on Monday. I did catch up on it afterwards. I also didn't watch on Tuesday, but I recapped that as well.
The way you organize, the way you lay out a plan that I think most people can get behind.
What?
And, just in recruiting, and we know how difficult it is.
I'm sorry. Most people can get behind you dropping the required educational metrics, but more than half, people only need 16 credits of college tuition to become a fucking officer, and people are behind that. What are you talking about, Robert Holden? Nobody likes that.
Your idea of less credits, college credits, is great. Could we also do?
So what the fuck are you talking about? What? He said the thing.
Can we give them training, more training in the academy, in the police academy instead? And you mentioned something to that effect, but can we, instead of any college, let's say, any college credits, which may be an obstacle for some, could we give them extra training?
What? Mind you, he's like, I was a college professor. I know what I'm talking about. Motherfucker taught graphic design. This is Bob Holden's district. Bob Holden is a professor in the graphic arts department at New York City College of Technology. I hate you, Bob Holden! I hate you, Bob Holden! No, but this one is the one I thought was most interesting. This class is politically driven. Let's take a look at the magazine he runs and does the graphic design for. Juniper Berry. Look at this cover design. Embarrassing. He put himself on the cover. How David unseated Goliath. Bob Holden is a Democrat, but he's also a Republican. He's also a conservative. For whatever reason, he's all three. And in 2017, he beat Elizabeth Crowley by less than 100 votes, right? As a Republican. And that's after Elizabeth Crowley beat him in the Democratic primary. Now, thankfully, Bob Holden is term limited, and this is his final year. He has endorsed two of his own staffers. One is a Democrat, one is a Republican, but who knows? In his mind, that really means nothing. He's really pushing for Alicia. Wait, I have something really funny to show you.
I want to thank everybody who's out here today doing their best to get the vote. I want to thank Juniper Park Civic, Tony Nunziato, and Christina
Anyway, they crashed this into an overpass.
Wilkinson for bringing this to our attention. We're not all talk around here. We're going to take a lot of action.
So glad Bob Holden's off with Alicia attacked it. Juniper Park Civic, Christina, working together, make sure our streets are safe and clean. Good job.
Let's look at the Democrat who's raised the most money, Dermot Smith. I wish we had a better option for District 30.
I want to go to a paragraph, if I may.
Hold on. It's Vickie Paladino moment time.
We have handcuffed you. We also know that the overtime that your cops are putting in is indeed necessary, because we have cut your servers, your members down to how many now? How many?
Oh my God, no, that's not true at all. On Wednesday, they voted on bills. On Thursday, they spent 11 hours on education and education construction projects. I found that really interesting, but I didn't really clip that much from it. They also cut the YouTube stream 7 hours in, right as public testimony started. So we didn't get to see the kids. Today we're going to watch the council meeting regarding fire and emergency services. I was treated by the fire and emergency services earlier this week, and they came within 5 minutes.
talking to our ambulances and unify the dispatching of those two systems, the more creative we can be. And then if we bring in AI and we bring in some of the tech that's available to us through outside partners like Oracle and Google and Microsoft, just to name a few, I think we're going to get to the point in time where we're going to understand, based on a data-driven approach, where calls potentially are going to come from before we get them.
How is AI going to help in emergency response?
Technology exists.
You know, I looked into this and it's actually kind of interesting. Check out this news report.
Arlington County is one of the first 911 call centers in the country and the first in the Northeast to use artificial intelligence to handle non-emergency calls using a system called Amazon Connect. Here's how it works.
Please tell me the reason for your call.
Storm damage. Then the AI takes you through the same steps a human would.
Would you like to request assistance or report a problem related to the storm?
Yes.
I can send you a text message so you can quickly report storm damage from your phone.
A lot remains to be seen.
Brian Fonce is the CEO of the National Emergency Number Association.
I think the future remains to be written.
In fact, Amazon told us we do not recommend use of Amazon Connect for the routing and answering of 911 calls.
Oh wait, I wanted to find one more thing.
Whichever order
this was last
Just remember
week.
that when the chime starts, try to conclude your testimony.
Hello? Hi. My name's Adam. I prepared a statement. If you'll excuse me, I've never been to a committee session before. I've never been to the city council. And in light of what we've heard today and the gravity of the subject matter, I don't feel like it feels trivial. It was about something totally different. I just want to let you guys know a lot of people, myself included, people have like kind of lost faith in our institutions, and seeing people standing up for children today, and I'm inspired by the work of the chairman and Mr. Jumani and Councilperson Cabin and Stevens. I don't want to make my statement. You guys are awesome. I mean, this is awesome. So I didn't even know about this, but I support it. I've just been watching. Hey, give it up for yourselves. You guys are awesome. Give it up for yourselves. This is really cool. This actually matters. Most everything is bullshit. This actually matters, and I won't waste any more of your time. I'm just inspired by all of you great people here today, and if by any chance the person that did the graffiti by my house that said Jews suck, if by any chance he's watching it, I don't know if he likes the city council, but hopefully he's watching it, and we could hang out or something. We could talk about it, and it hurt my feelings. But but who am I to call out a fellow citizen, especially in light of everything we've heard today? So keep kicking ass, everyone. Give it up for yourselves.
Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully by next week, my black eye will have subsided. I got this from a seizure. If you want to see more of this, let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, I suppose. And maybe I'll see you in one of these
So
meetings.
glad Bob Holden's office, the least we're tactics, Juniper Park Civic, Christina.
Is that
Working
good?
together, make sure our streets are safe.
I don't think that's good.
Good job.